And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Small Business Owners and Entrepreneurs, where we cater to specifically small business owners with small teams and big dreams. Showing you how to turn free social media into cold hard cash so that you can have a business that pays you better than a really good job. I am your host, best-selling author SaDon L, and it is Monday. And welcome to another Monday. Hopefully you're having a great week. We are slowly approaching the mid part of the month, which means it's time to start reviewing where we are. So today we're going to answer a few questions, and we're going to talk about what you need to be doing exactly right now to make sure you finish your month strong. Happy Mother's Day. I know it was yesterday, so I want to make sure that we give you your kudos and your flowers, especially my mothers who run companies, because again, you guys are not only fending for yourself, but you fending for your kids and your parents and your spouses as well. So thank you very much for tuning in once again. Let's get to it. So again, we're at the beginning of the last couple weeks of the month. So what does that mean? If you are a business owner, you need to constantly, consistently be tracking progress, good, bad, or indifferent. So middle of the month, it's not too late. It gives you a chance to figure out exactly what you need to do in order to make sure you finish the month strong. So if you're up, then you need to figure out, as I always say, what you've been doing to make the successes that you're having. Because if you see something that's working, then you need to work it. That's simple. So beginning of the month, hey, I thought I was going to do $3,000 for the month, and I looked up, man, I'm already at $2,500. Okay, so let's figure out why. Why are we up versus forecast? Why are we up versus what it is that we thought we were going to be doing at the beginning of the month? Wait, hold on 1 second. First of all, are you at home? Are you forecasting what you want to do for the month? That's the first thing. Are you at home figuring out, okay, this is May. For May, I want to do at least $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20,000, whatever your baseline is. Are you actually sitting down and doing that? Okay. Second thing is, after you know exactly how much money you're trying to bring into the fold this month, are you figuring out the strategies that are going to get you there? Okay, so when we start to figure out the strategies about how we're going to get there, are we going to run a sale? Okay, now if you're running sales, realistically, what you should have done, and this is something you should do going forward, in case you didn't do it this month. If you're going to run a sale, you need to start looking at all of the things that are going on that particular month. So if you're in spring, it's tax season, it's spring cleaning, it's whatever associated with the spring, usually in April Fool's Day, things of that nature. So we're in May, we had Cinco de Mayo, we had Mother's Day, we still got Memorial Day coming up. So again, you want to look at all the things coming up and try to build your sales around whatever in that particular month is coming up. If it's National Small Business Week, which just passed a couple weeks ago, then you want to do those things. Why? Because they're more eye-catching to your client, number one. Number two, it fits the algorithm better. Because people are searching for Mother's Day sale, and you're running a Mother's Day sale. Now it gives you a better chance to fit into the algorithm for free. So, number one, have we thought about what we want to do for the month? Number two, are we starting to think about what it is that we're going to use to get there? And if it's a sale, then we want to make sure that we're running sales that fit the algorithm by making sure that we're linking our sales to whatever holidays or momentous moments that are coming along during that particular month. So, are you doing those two things? And I don't care what type of business it is. It works in every business. If you are a dog walker, hey, we got a Mother's Day special, for all the doggy mommies. If you're a barber, hey man, we got a Mother's Day special, for eyebrow arches and hair pluckings and things of that nature. So again, That's what you want to do. And, oh man, look who just jumped in. What's up? DJ Stakes, aka MLK Printing, aka the best printer around. So for anybody who's watching this now or watching this later, man, make sure you reach out to Malcolm for all your signage needs. Because quite honestly, signage is one of your top salespeople, right up there with your email marketing and your website. So good signs never call off, but always sell. So man, make sure you check out my man Malcolm. Good guy, good work, fast. Hey, I've used him more than once and I recommend him. So shout out to Malcolm. Appreciate you tuning in. Matter of fact, if you don't mind, make sure you share it, Doc. I just pubbed you, so if you share it, people will see you as well. But like I'm saying, are you actually trying to figure out how much money you want to do for the month, and are you figuring out how you're going to get it done? Okay, so now we know we're going to run a sale. Second thing is, let's look at all the people we're doing business with. Do we have anybody that we're doing business with that we could circle back to and get some more business? Whether that be a referral or whether that be refills. Because for a lot of us, it's the referrals and the refills that keep our business going. Now, I'm going to get to some a little bit later that we're going to talk about. But let's look at that referral. Oh, man, I got Tammy Wood. Oh, look, Al, we got Tammy Woods more in here. It's Tam. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Tammy, by the way. And thank you. I shaved yesterday. It was Mother's Day. I wanted to look nice for the mothers. But again, it's that re-up business. If you got people who already like you, know you, love you, trust you, make sure you hit them up first. Give them the VIP. Give them the, hey, man, I'm going to tell you before I tell anybody else price, so that you could do business without having to use any social media whatsoever. You just basically send them a text or send them an email. And you tell them, here's what you tell them. For your friends, I'll get them the same play I gave you. So if you're having an event, if you're having a special, give them the advantage of getting it early. Why? Because people like to get stuff early. People like to brag about how they got a plug. People like to brag about how they got a guy. So if you become somebody's guy, or gal for that matter, it gives you an opportunity to make them feel special, and by them feeling special, they reward you in return with their money. And if you guys are interested in starting your own box truck business, make sure you reach out to Tammy. Tammy and Sheldon do great work. Sheldon's the #1 box truck coach in the country, hands down by a mile. So make sure you reach out to those guys. You can go click on Tammy's comments. It'll take you to It's Tam, and It's Tam will take you wherever you need to go. So, man, make sure you check those guys out. Literally turn people into millionaires fresh out of the pen. So if you got somebody who's getting out and you thinking, man, I want to get out of this 9 to 5, box trucking is the way to do it. You don't need a CDL. You don't need to buy a big old truck. Hey, all you need is a little bit of help. And, Sheldon and Tammy can get that to you. So again, what you want to do is absolutely make sure that you're reaching out to people you've done business with, because they know you, like you, and trust you. And if you don't get some refill or re-up business, then let's see if you can get a referral. Hey, just wondering if you know anybody that knows somebody that might know somebody. Because I'm giving it to people who know somebody first. See, people like to get things first. It's just psychological. I want to be up on it. I want to be able to brag about it. When I worked in retail, don't tell nobody. But when I worked in retail, I had a bunch of guys that would give me money to get the J's in advance, or the new Penny or the new Tim Duncan or whatever it was. So if they came out on Friday, they would give me money on a Wednesday. Why? So they could wear them to the club on Thursday. And what started to happen is they would be like, man, I got a guy. So now I would get more opportunities, and I would be real selective, because I knew if I was real selective and I didn't give it away to everybody, then I could run up the price. So maybe one guy might pay me $150, but he tells somebody else he got a guy. So now when that person comes to me, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't really do this for everybody. Well, I give you $250. Yeah, but I don't know. And if you can wait and be patient, they'll just keep going up and up and up and up until you hit the number that you need. So again, middle of the month, Do we know where we are? Do we know if we up? Do we know if we down? We know if we trending. If we trending in the right direction, why are we trending in the right direction? You know, and those are some easy, quick, fast ways that don't cost you any money to get to where you're trying to go. Oh man, look who just jumped in. What's up, Kimmy Kim? You know, matter of fact, make sure y'all tune in tonight, man. You know, WLTH, Kim and Rand with the Truth Ministries. You know, the real truth. You know, from two people that I personally, man, I watch them every week. I enjoy them. I love them. You know, matter of fact, I think I was on their very first show. You know, so when it comes to this word in a realistic way, these are two people, man, that you can really count on to give it to you, because, you know, we want to make sure that we cover our souls, you know, as well as our pockets. So again, man, you know, make sure you tune in to Truth Is Ministries tonight. But like I'm saying, man, you gotta. This is your opportunity. It's the summertime. Gas about to go up, so you got to get more sales. You definitely got to get more sales because gas is going up. Kids gonna be at home. You got to feed them. You want to take a vacation. You got to get back to school close. So you really got to get to it and do it. You know, so this is the month for you to really start to put together your summer plan. You can go right to Kim's page, and they go live and they simulcast with WLTH from their page. And more than likely, I'll probably share it on mine because I usually share it every week, Tammy. Randall, good dude. Get good word. Seriously, good guy. You know, so with that being said, make sure we're covering our bases, because when you cover all your bases and you good with it, then your family's good, then your church is good. You know, then the Mother's Day go a whole lot better. You know, because now you can be more generous. You can take, you know, the babies and really start to groom them and teach them and school them on what is necessary for you to be great. You know, so if you start this lineage with how you do business, absolutely anything for you. How you do business, then you'll pass it on. And now you'll be the mentor, the role model. You'll be the one building the brand. You'll be the one they want to speak to, you know, in which Tammy can attest to. If you do well, then you just start drawing people to you. You know, if you're lifted up, then all of a sudden people can see the good work that God is doing through you, and they want to know how you did it. So now, not only if your business is successful, your personal brand becomes successful. If your personal brand becomes successful, now you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different streams of income all at the same time. You know, and one thing I said I was going to jump to, how can you get your credit increased rapidly? Jeremy Lander, I'll give you Jeremy's information. Oh, thank you. Man, hey, I'm trying to go live, and y'all about to make me cry. Anyway, you know, Tammy just said I was a life changer, and that's really part of the reason I do this, because, man, it changed my life, and I want to change other people's life as well. But yeah, I'll get you Jeremy's number, Kim, so you can talk to Jeremy about getting that stuff knocked out, because I know you guys are probably looking into getting the truck, you know, so you and Rand could get on the road. So yeah, where was I? Oh, I know where I was. It's the middle of the month, man. Gas is going up. So be aware of what's going on around you. So we got 2 weeks left in the month. We got one more holiday. If you have not run a sale, hey, Memorial Day sale, you can start putting it together today, you know, so that you can start reaching out to people, because maybe you haven't reached out to people in a while, but if you're running a sale, that gives you a reason to reach out to them. And if you reach out to them, you just get more lucky. Surprisingly enough, you know, activity gives you luck. Now, if you're a bigger company, you know, if you got like a really big list, then you probably need to be sending 2, 3 emails a week, you know, just letting people know, hey, there's a date, this sale is going to end, 10 days left, 12 days left, or whatever that number is, 9 days left. And you use that to keep your cart active, because now people get into what's called FOMO. Oh my God, it's going to end. Ooh, they only got so many spots left. Ooh, I better get my spot today. So if you constantly are giving them this hourglass kind of mentality, as to say, only 10 left, you're going to mess around, miss out. And make sure you let them know what they're missing out on. Let them know that they're missing out on an opportunity to change their life. Let them know that they're missing out on an opportunity to have an extra salesperson that does not call off or get sick. Let them know that they're missing out on being in the room with somebody who really knows how to get to it and do it, and the wisdom and information that they can provide. Because each and every one of us, man, has figured out how to live in a way that these kids don't know how to live. We figured out how to make it through breakups. We figured out how to make it through firings, laid off, COVID, anything you could think of, death. We figured it out. So there's a whole generation of people coming behind us that we can share, absolutely share information. And the Bible says that the work is worthy of the hire. So the information that you share, you should be receiving some recompense for, because it is literally going to change someone's life. Hands down, beyond a shadow of a doubt. If somebody would have told you what you know now, when you were the age that most of our nieces, nephews, neighbors, and neighbors' kids are, how much faster would you have gotten to where you are? Somebody would have said, hey, here, all you got to do is X, Y, and Z in this order this many times, and it'll give you $100,000. It'll give you $1 million. It'll give you $10,000. And then you take that $10,000 and then you do X, Y, and Z with it. If somebody would have told you that you respected, that you saw getting to it and doing it, you would have did it. So whether it be your business, whether it be your personal brand, whether it be somebody who has neither one and you just like, man, I think I want to get to it and do it, this is a great time to start. Had a really cool conversation over the weekend with a client. I guess technically, yeah, client. They're not currently my client, but they were formerly my client, and they want to start something new. And all I said was, what do you have that you can sell? And she's like, well, I got to do this, and I got to do, what do you have that you can sell? Because if you have something you can sell, then you can package it and start asking people, do they want to buy it? If you're in a city where you got 100,000 to 1 million people, you can't find 50 people between the people the people in your phone, the people on your Facebook page that'll buy what it is that you're offering as a solution to a problem that they have. You can't find 50 people. Hundreds of thousands of people, you can't find 50. Because if you got 50 people to give you $100, that'd be $50,000. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because, wait, no. Let me get, 150? Is that 50 or 5,000? I'm actually going to use the calculator to make sure my math is right. 50 times 100. Well, that's 5,000. I'm sorry. I knew that didn't sound right. But if you get 50 people to give you $100, that's $5,000. Now you take the $5,000 and you reinvest. So you reinvest the 5. And now you're saying, well, what about taxes? Yeah, that's between you and your accountant. But now you reinvest it into your business. You reinvest it into getting referrals. You reinvest it into getting more product. You reinvest it into hiring a coach. And then you get another 50 people. So now you got 100 people because you asked the 50 people that knew you if they knew 50 more people. So now you're using referrals and you don't even really have to use all these social media apps to ask people. And the reason I say ask people is because people know you, people like you, people respect you. And the way that you ask them is just by simply saying, hey man, I got something really cool. You know anybody interested in it? I'm coming to town. I got an event. Here's what it's going to do. Yeah, Tammy, I am in the process of taking some clients. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Tammy again, by the way. Tammy is one of the, most amazing people I've ever met. Just simply because the environment that we come from, we don't really make it very often. Most of the time we get a job, we give up, we get the setbacks. But to see what they've built is wonderful and beautiful. And the people that they've affected and the people they've employed and the way that they've helped their family, kids, and church is something that we all want to do. So, again, let's let's just stay, you got to stay focused. I know a lot of stuff is going on around us. People talking, inflation, recession, layoffs, gas prices and rat beef for whatever reason. But you just got to stay focused on helping other people, serving other people, and doing it consistently. See, the consistency part is where we usually fall off. We do good for a couple months, just like with a diet. You doing good, then all of a sudden somebody say, "Hey, let's go out to eat," and next thing you know, you fall off. And then when you fall off, it's that much harder to get back into it. So we have to begin of the last 2 weeks of the month, figure out exactly where we need to be by the end of the month, figure out if running a sale or circling back to clients is what's going to get us there. And once you start to figure out what's going to get us there, if it's sending some emails, if it's sending out a text blast, if it's running some social media, then you figure out the plan to do it. Like, okay, are we just going to run the sale, or are we going to talk about why whatever it is we selling is important? Again, you go back to, somebody like my man Malcolm. People need signs. People need menus. That's how people perceive your business as good or bad. You walk into a place and they got quality signage that tells you that they're open, tells you when they're closed, quality graphics. It looks like they should trust you. It looks like they should give you money. It looks like this is a place where I need to be. Every time I walk into Chicago Popcorn out here in Miller, I think of Malcolm, because the signs say, "Hey man, come on in." It makes it more inviting. So if you're going to spend your money on things that are going to make you more money. And signage is a great investment. Other than that, man, if you need business cards, hats, man, check my man Malcolm out. Definitely. As we continue, though, because, I'm at the 22-minute mark and I try not to go more than half an hour. So let me circle back around one more time to all of the things that we need to really be focused on. Where we at? If you don't know where you're at, how can you know if you're having a good month or a bad month? If you don't know what the plan was for the month and you had no plan, how do you know where the plan is falling off? Here's the 4 things that you need to be looking at. You need to look at your daily. We all got to figure out what our daily is. Like, okay, do we need daily output? So daily output is like online program, sales in my store, things of that nature. What's my daily output? Then we got our weekly output. So now your weekly output is like, okay, those are bigger orders, stuff that typically comes to you in bulk. Now for me, a bigger order might be coaching. So I might take coaching clients and they usually meet once a week. So I got sales that come from things that I do daily, sales that come from things I do for the week. And then you move to your monthly. Like, okay, what's the big mover for me each and every month? For some people, it might be, them having speaking engagements, webinars, seminars, live events, whatever. Those people, weekly money, monthly money, monthly money. So now you need to look at each one of those and figure out, what am I doing to get that money in the bank account? And for my people who are a little bit afraid, because what I'm seeing a lot, man, is just people afraid to ask. People afraid to ask for the business. People rather focus on trying to talk to strangers on social media than talking to real people up close and personal. So it takes longer when you're doing social media. It takes longer when you have way too many other people in your market and your market is so oversaturated to get to a customer. So if you have customers and you figured out how to break through some of that noise, or you real popular, or the people you know are real popular because maybe you were cool in high school, maybe you belong to a sorority, just maybe you've been one of those people who are very charismatic. And if you are lucky to just be very charismatic, that is a gift from God, because everybody is not. Then, man, leverage it. God gave you this charisma to leverage it. He made you this beautiful, wonderful person that attracts other people for a reason. If you can stand in front of a room and captivate people, that's a blessing. If you can get on a mic and quote some scriptures or sing a song or any of that stuff, and people actually stop, that's a blessing. That is a gift. So you need to be using your gift to save you and your household. But if you're afraid of it, man, just simply ask people if they know anybody. Don't just limit yourself, cap yourself by whatever social media can give you. Take it a step further, go a little bit further, do a little bit more, so that you can then get exactly what it is that God has in store for you. Because, like Tammy said, man, life changer. And when it changes your life, it changes the lives of the people around you. Daughters, nieces, aunties, mamas, uncles, daddies. Just imagine if you had something in a time like right now where a lot of our kids, even with their college degrees, can't get a job. We got people with college degrees driving Uber. Imagine if you could hire some of those people because your business was doing that well. Or if you could help mentor and guide through your business experience and your life experience some of your nieces and nephews, and they would now be able not to make some of these mistakes. So there's so much that God is giving you to really lock in on and make sure that you're doing the right things. And if you're doing the right things, you get the right result. I promise you that beyond a shadow of a doubt. So right now, right here, where we're at is 26.3. So one other question somebody asked me over the weekend that I really wanted to talk about in regard to social media. And people always like, well, how do I get more out of my social media? Well, you get more out of your social media, one, by being consistent. Because I know when people start talking about, well, you can monetize it. You don't really need to monetize your social media as much if you're getting customers. So let's just say somebody does a video, they get 100 views. But if they get 10 customers for 100 views, they got 10 customers. The person who got 100 views didn't get any customers. So don't look at your social media and think, I only got 5 views. I only got 3 views. Number two, realize that problems come in cycles. So even if you're getting views and you aren't getting customers, there's going to come a time when every one of those views is going to have the problem that you solve. You just need to be ready to solve it when they have it. It may be end of the year, it may be end of the summer, but at some point, everybody's going to say, hey man, I need to lose some weight. It might be during the holiday season, it might when they get their taxes back, but everybody's going to say, hey man, I probably want to take a vacation. Whatever it is, there's going to be a season for it. And you want to make sure that you use your social media to establish yourself as an expert and consistently do it well enough, long enough, so that when that time comes, they turn to you. And in the meantime, you keep reaching out to the people who know you and know of you through referral to build up your back end business. Now, if you're a little bit bigger, then maybe it's a little bit harder to touch. But most of the people watching ain't that big. Most of the people watching, don't have 10,000 people on a mailing list. Most of the people know 200 people, 300 people, tops. And if all you really know is 200, 300 people, you can reach out to 200, 300 people over the course of 30 days. And keep reaching out to them like, hey, right now, I know it wasn't bad. I know right now isn't a good time, but if you know somebody it's a good time for, just have them go to the page. Have them give me a call. Because referrals work. Some of my best business has come from referrals. And people just have to remember you when it's time to refer somebody. That's all. But I want to thank everybody who jumped in. Again, make sure, you go over, check out Tammy Moore, whether it be because you want to get into the box truck industry and you do not need a CDL to do it. I'm going to say that one more time. Or you just want to check out Tammy's own personal brand. It's Tammy Moore. I mean, again, to go from where we come from, which is good old Gary, Indiana, to being, one of the most influential women in the trucking industry and one of the most successful women in the country. And when I say that, I'm not saying it just to be saying it, but the reality is there are very few people who can really say, hey man, I'm getting this money for real. It ain't a bunch of smoke and mirrors. It ain't a bunch of, tricks with cameras where we loaning, each other our clothes and our cars and stuff. This is what she really do and she really cares about and she good people. So check her out, man. She got a great story and you can really be motivated, inspired, and educated by what she does. So make sure you check her out. Make sure you check out my man Malcolm. Go right over to MLK Print. You can find him on Facebook. Again, Signage is one of your top salespeople right up there with emails and websites. And last but not least, man, make sure we check out Kim and Rand on the Truth Is Ministries. It is in the comments. Some of the best word you can get on the planet. Rand and I probably talk at least 3-4 times a week and have been for at least a decade and a half. And he's still saying stuff, man, that God gives him that I find not only edifying and informational, but stuff you can really use. Real common sense, making it plain so you can understand it type word. And whew, Kim is coming a long way too. I remember when Kim used to be afraid to get on the mic. Now, she can run the show by herself if she needs to. But again, that's every Monday night, Truth Is Ministries, WLTH at 7 p.m. As always, man, it's your business big bro, SaDon Long, a.k.a. the most dangerous man in marketing, a.k.a. Mr. Better Than Your 401k, with another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. Have a blessed Monday, and I'm out. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.